After hearing that the Philistines were fighting against Keilah and stealing food from the people, David prayed for God's guidance about whether he should go into battle against the Philistines. The Lord told David, "Go, attack the Philistines and save Keilah." But David's men were afraid of the Philistines, so again David asked the Lord what to do. The Lord answered him, "Go down to Keilah, for I am going to give the Philistines into your hand." So David and his men went to Keilah, fought the Philistines, and carried off their livestock. He inflicted heavy losses on the Philistines and saved the people of Keilah. One of David's men was a priest named Abiathar, who had escaped from Saul, who had tried to kill him. When Abiathar left, he brought with him a special item of clothing priests wore, called an ephod. When Saul heard that David had gone to Keilah, a city surrounded by gates and bars, he thought that he had gained the upper hand. "God has delivered him into my hands," Saul said. Saul called up all his forces to battle David and his men. David knew that Saul was plotting against him. He said to Abiathar the priest, "Bring the ephod." David prayed for wisdom, asking, "Lord, will Saul come down, as your servant has heard? Will the people of Keilah surrender me and my men to Saul?" The Lord told David that Saul was coming, and that the people would surrender them over to Saul. So David and his men, about 600 in number, left Keilah. When Saul was told that David had escaped from the city, he did not go there. Day after day Saul searched for him, but God did not give David into his hands. While David was at Horesh in the desert of Siph, he learned that Saul had come to kill him. Saul's son Jonathan went to David at Horesh and helped him find strength in God. "Don't be afraid," he said. "My father will not lay a hand on you. You will be king over Israel, and I will be second to you. Even my father Saul knows this." The two of them made a covenant before the Lord before Jonathan returned home, leaving David out in the wilderness with his men. The Ziphites came to Saul and said, "David is hiding in the strongholds at Horesh. Come down whenever it pleases you, and we will give him into your hands." Saul blessed them for their offer and said, "Go and get more information. They tell me David is very crafty. Find out about all the hiding places he uses, and come back to me with definite information. Then I will go with you. If he is in the area, I will track him down among all the clans of Judah." So the Ziphites set out ahead of Saul to gather information on David.